We are here today to alert the nation of a very strange and disturbing case, unfortunately involving some very senior lawyers, which constitute a serious dent on our judiciary. After the same judiciary has done all it should to be on the side of sound judgment and incontrovertible justice. It is indeed another sad moment for every Nigerian of good conscience that a group of greedy individuals will conspire to take over somebody's reputable company, Pinnacle Communications Limited, which had provided quality services to this country in the course of its existence. We are sad to receive a credible report with strong documentary evidence of a case of alleged conspiracy, fraud, forgery, fraudulent misrepresentation, forceful acquisition, and economic sabotage of Pinnacle Communications Limited involving Mrs. Dikpo Onifade and Ama Etuwewe, SAN. Pinnacle Communications Limited was founded by late Sir Lucky Babatunde Omoluwa, and he was his chief executive officer. The company had him, that is late chief Lucky Omoluwa, and another late Stephen Omoluwa as directors. Dikpo Onifade was the company secretary in his Corporate Affairs Commission registration. Sadly, Stephen Omoluwa died in July 2017, and Sir Lucky Omoluwa died on February 18, 2020. Consequently, Mrs. Orumenosen Omoluwa, who is the surviving spouse and personal representative of the founder and CEO, late Sir Lucky Omoluwa, instituted suit number FHC/ABJ/CS/778/2020 between Pinnacle Communications Limited and Corporate Affairs Commission for an order to convene a meeting of personal representatives of the company in order to appoint new directors for the company. The said application was granted by Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court, as he then was, on July 27, 2020. Pursuant to the order referenced above, Mrs. Omoluwa convened a meeting of the personal representatives of the estate of Sir Lucky Omoluwa, whereupon she, Mrs. Omoluwa, and Mr. Emmanuel Emana were appointed as new directors of the company through a company resolution reached at the company's meeting and filed with the CAC on August 3, 2020. This is the standard procedure. On August 19, 2020, Dikpo Onifade, in an email to Mrs. Omoluwa in her capacity as chairman and CEO of the company, notified the company of his voluntary disengagement from all the businesses and affairs of late Sir Lucky Omoluwa. In his letter, he stated that his full disengagement will be on November 19, 2020, after statutory 3 months vacation. Subsequently, on November 25, 2020, he officially and formally resigned in a letter addressed to Mrs. Omoluwa entitled Disengagement from Pinnacle Communications Limited. Things, however, began to twist when, after 7 months of his resignation, on July 14, 2021, Mr. Onifade wrote to the company making claims of monies owed him and threatened to take forceful possession of a property of the company located at number 21 Albion Gate, London, W22LF, if his claims are not met. Documents at our disposal show that he executed his threat and the matter is pending in a London court on grounds of trespass. Strangely and very shockingly, after resigning and disengaging from the company, he continued to parade himself as secretary of the company, signing documents, appearing in courts of law, attempting to take over legal actions of the company, and even retaining a legal counsel, Mr. Ama Etuwewe, son, on behalf of the company. In all these shenanigans, both the Court of Appeal in Mr. Onifade's appeal of the order of Justice Taiwo earlier reference and Justice Christopher O. Oba of the FCT High Court in a case between the company and the Providus and Keystone Banks, which Onifade and Etuwewe tried to take over, declared that they have no locus whatsoever. Mr. Onifade having properly resigned from the company. Having failed in all attempts to hijack the company in the alleged fraudulent manners elucidated, Mrs. Onifade and Etuwewe surreptitiously approached a federal high court in Abuja to declare the company insolvent and appoint an administrator which must have been arranged by them. This was without the knowledge or involvement of the CEO, directors, and staff of the company. No court proceedings were served at the known address of the company as Mr. Onifade received them claiming to be the company secretary and represent the company. Another further twist in this is that in the purported insolvency case, Etuwewe is no longer Onifade's legal retainer. He became an interested party and hired the services of J.B. Daudu San, while Onifade engaged Mele Nunge San, who as planned already, did not raise any objection to declare the company insolvent through misinformation, misrepresentation, falsehood, and consequently, the court relying on conspiracy actions and falsehood declared the company insolvent and appointed Senator Victor Ndumegba San as administrator of the company. Let us reiterate that this is an orchestrated case of somebody who was an employee of the company, who was secretary, planning with some very senior lawyers as alleged to take over a company. And there are a lot of legal processes in which the court said that these persons have no locus. But in something that is very shocking, they still went to a federal high court and lied. The person that court has said is no longer the secretary still represented the company and said the company is insolvent so that they can arrange an administrator that this is, like we say, it's a surreptitious takeover. And our worry is that the court is brought into it. We suspect that the court was lied to, that falsehood was used because they may not have disclosed all the other proceedings to this court that declared this company insolvent. So the company didn't have an opportunity to present his own case, his own side of the case. So this is really, really what we call legal fraud. If everything that we have at our disposal is how it is, and we believe it is so. Since a senior lawyer who was in court alerted